streaming and we can get started. Yeah, sometimes it takes a lot of effort to word a tweet just right, you know? I probably overthought it, but hey, what else is new, right? Okay, let's go. Okay, I'm just making sure that the stream is working properly. Looks like it is. Okay, let's get going then. Okay, so Sword Stab had just finished that set, and now Best Warrior needs to, I believe. Had Sword Stab. He's in Stormwind. Did Sword Stab still need to do the death run? Why do I always have to start out with corpse runs? I really need to plan my days better. Starting out with a corpse run is like the least fun way to start to start a stream. But yeah, I have to start with a corpse run. Okay, let's go. First, I have to get over to the dwarven side. I would say we'll fly there, but I don't actually have enough money for that. Because I spent all my money on being able to wield swords. But on the other hand, I now know how to wield the sword, and that was worth it. Because I'm going the sword route on this rogue. Because, you know, I'm a human, and humans get a bonus for swords in this game. Here's the real question. Why did I actually go into Old Town? There was no real reason to do that. Could just ran along the outside. Because I have to go over here to the Dwarven District anyway. To get on the train. And then I get to ride the train over there and then start my walk. My very, very long walk. Okay. Let's go. Hold up, I just spotted out of the corner of my eye a tweet I need to retweet. Let me just mouse over there and hit that button. Uh, that's necessary. That's a good tweet. If I wasn't kind of doing something in the moment, I might have interacted with it more than just retweeting. It honestly deserves a comment. I'm just kind of busy. Okay. So apparently, someone I didn't realize that that must be one of the Persona games, or a game in a very similar style. Did a dart mini game. And people were and someone made a post about asking people to discuss which one's better. And yeah, I the video actually just went up of me. Did that video go up yet? Yes. The video just went up today of me playing the dart mini game in Final Fantasy VII. It was actually really good. A lot better than I thought it would be, to be honest. Usually I take mini games like that like they're gonna be mediocre at best, but that was actually a really fun mini game. I definitely recommend it. But yeah, it was a really good mini game. I do not regret at all that I took time out of the main quest to play it, just making sure that I have no Iron Forge as a flight path. And yeah, I do. He doesn't have a green exclamation point over his head. Oh hey, look, there's Twitch reminding me that I forgot to silence my phone again. How nice of you, Twitch. For all I know, that is actually the purpose of that notification, right? Just to let you know nice and early in your stream that your phone is in fact not silenced. Oh hey, Alpha uploaded another hard DK video. That'll be interesting to watch. I'll probably do that whenever I can find time. The last couple weeks have been rough, man. Like, I've just barely been finding the time to do the Final Fantasy VII videos as they're coming out. I'm really glad I had a huge backlog of other videos to upload. Although I need to finish editing some soon. Or I'm going to start having problems. But yeah, I'm looking at everything I have to do still and crying. Because the list only continues to get more ridiculous. Which is really, really unfortunate. But I'll live, probably. Like it's not gonna kill me. I'm just gonna feel overworked for a while. Don't mind me just managing NGU idle as I walk around. Honestly, I've spent more time than I should playing NGU idle. It's easily my favorite idle game that I've ever played. And I've played a fair number because when I'm stressed out, watching my numbers go up makes me feel better. So I play a fair number of idle games. Well, I have. I don't actively still play most of them. Just because, you know, playing an idle game just, isn't very fun after, uh, you know, most idle games you get bored with after a little bit, and then you don't want to play them anymore. I don't know if that'll ever happen for me with NGU Idle. Probably will at some point, but it's lasting longer than most idle games do, because at this point I've been playing it for a couple of weeks and I'm still enjoying myself. Even as the amounts of time that I leave it to idle get longer and longer, I'm still having fun, which is a rare thing. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I apparently have 2 whole viewers. I'm so happy. I'm still never sure how much I can actually trust that number, because sometimes it seems to count me and sometimes it doesn't. Either that or there's just people, I have more lurkers than I expect to, which that might be it, who knows. But, yeah. When's the next big straightaway that I can manage NGU idle on? That's the real question. This is not it. Well, oh well. You know what? Yeah, I think if I can manage it a little bit right there. Just have to remember to tab back. One of the benefits of not being full screened is that tabbing in and out like that is a much faster process. So I can just do it like that. Whoops. Accidentally hit forward and turned auto run off. Okay. Let's keep on going. Okay, yeah, so by the way, I'm gonna be playing until a bit past 4 today. That's to make up for the 45-ish minutes that I missed on Thursday because of not managing what schoolwork I needed to do when well enough. Like I had enough time to get that schoolwork done before then. I just didn't manage what work I did when well enough. And so now I've officially strictly moved to doing things in the exact order that they're due. Which is why after I stream today, I'll be recording 2 more episodes of Final Fantasy VII Remake, because that's what's due next for me. But yeah, Final Fantasy VII Remake so far continues to be amazing. I highly recommend at least watching a playthrough of someone playing it. I mean, I have a playthrough, so go watch mine. But if you don't want to watch mine for some reason, feel free to watch someone else's. I greatly recommend it. So far, it's been really good. And, yeah. See, the awkward thing is, I really wish I'd, started streaming early enough before the remake came out that I could really have streamed all of the Final Fantasy VII canon except for the movie. Just because that would have been really nice. And what I mean by that is I can't stream or I can't record myself playing all of the original Final Fantasy VII anymore, because that's officially spoilers for the rest of the remake. And because they might change things between it, I don't want to, have a bunch of people who may be new to the franchise having to hold both versions of the story in their head at the same time. And I'm sure that they're going to take things from, they already took things from Dirge of Cerberus, which is really surprising because that's very much a side game. If you're wondering what they took, it was a really small side mention of an NPC of there being a research facility under the slums. And I'm really wondering if they're going to do more with that in the remake, because in the original, it's never even mentioned. But it comes from Dirge of Cerberus, which is a spin-off game in which that's happens. And there turns out to have been a Shinra research facility underground, and things happen because of what was in that facility. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. Um, but I'm really looking forward to playing all of those games and recording them at some point. Particularly Crisis Core. Crisis Core is my you know what? You know, I'll go for it. It's my favorite Final Fantasy VII game so far. The remake might beat it out, but honestly, I just like Zack better as a main character. Zack better than Cloud every day. So, you know. But I'm looking forward to playing the rest of the remake. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I'm definitely curious to know how they're going to handle between remake stuff. Like between remake part 1 and part 2. I'd definitely be curious to know how that's going to work. Especially since it's very likely that the part 2 of the remake will be exclusive to either part 2 or part 3 of the remake, assuming that there is a part 3, and they don't just really stuff part 2. It's very likely that that will be for like one of them will be an exclusive to the PS5. That's very likely. Assuming that the PS5 releases anywhere approaching on time. It's hard to know right now with COVID shutting everything down for so long. It's hard to know how much that will have affected next gen console release dates. I don't think there's been any announcements made about it yet. At least I haven't heard anything. But I would expect some kind of delay, if for nothing else than just because if they release this year, they're gonna have terrible launch numbers because there's too many people won't have the money to buy it. Uh, times are hard right now. This isn't a time people are gonna spend 600 or whatever their price point will be on a console. Like that's just not gonna happen. Like it doesn't matter what games you come out with. People don't have the money. They don't have the money. Like that's just how that works. So, we'll see how that ends up working. I'm hopeful that all that'll happen with the next gen consoles is that they delay a year, and instead of releasing holiday of this year, which is when they were supposed to release, was sometime in the fall, they'll release holiday of next year instead. If it worked out financially for the companies, that would be the change that would make the most sense overall, would be to do that. But that's reliant on them being able to handle that financially. If they can't handle that financially, then they can't handle that financially and they have to release now, no matter what. But their numbers will be better in the long run if they choose to release next year instead. Because, well, I personally might still have the money to get it because my job is mainly working online and my mom's job is an essential service because she works for a hospital. Anyway, yeah, there's the first death already, huh? Ugh. I didn't quite make it to the next spawn. That's annoying. Oh well. Anyway, but because, you know, of that, like, we're not hurting for money. We have about the same amount as we usually do, and it's the kind of purchase we would normally have made. Like, from the moment next gen consoles get announced, I start setting aside a little bit of money for it, so that way I can at least get one of the next gen consoles in every generation at the beginning. Um, what I used to do was pick up the other one at the end of the generation. Like, that's what I did with the PS3. I didn't have it. I had the Xbox 360 when I got the Xbox 360 when it first came out. And then right at the end of the PS3's life cycle, I picked it up in all the exclusive games I wanted to play. But with the PS4, I don't know. I don't think I want to pick up the Xbox One. There are not enough exclusive games that I want to play. Like, Halo's really kind of it. You know? Like, everything else at least also came out on PC, and I'll just play it on PC. And I'll even, just for maximum disrespect, use my PS4 controller while doing it. Which, for the record, is the controller I generally use when I'm playing anything on my PC that uses a controller. There was a while when my hands were experiencing pain from overuse that I actually started playing Final Fantasy XIV with a controller, because it's fairly well designed for it, because it also released on console, because it's a Sony thing. So it's fairly well designed for it, and it works decently. But like, yeah, I'll even play an MMO with a controller if it's set up for it. Yeah, that's how much I like my PS4 controller. Nah, I really wouldn't if I didn't have a choice. It was really inconvenient. Like they did their best, but fundamentally, an MMO's a little too reliant on you being able to click anywhere on the screen, and you being able to have something like a keyboard that can give you 30 buttons. You know, the higher level you get in an MMO, the more clear it is that it needs that. The only reason I did that in Final Fantasy XIV and all is because that was back when my friends and I were first getting into it, so I was low enough level that using a controller was fine. I had few enough buttons I needed to press. Okay, out here we are. Now let's go over here. We're officially in the wetlands. Oh no! A spider has seen me! Oh no, it is going to eat me! Oh no! Release spirit. Yep, thank you. Thanks for the teleport, Mr. Spider. Yeah, I'll take the 25% durability damage, I don't care. Anyway. So now that I've used that spider to teleport me halfway across the wetlands, now I really don't want to die, because now dying is bad. Dying is no longer good. It's no longer helpful. In case you're wondering why I'm not using stealth, it's because it's almost certainly going to be pierced by enemies this much, with this big of a level difference. I imagine this is one of the things they got rid of in newer versions of World of Warcraft. But, you know, Sometimes you just gotta deal. But whatever. We continue walking on. Ah, crap. Uh, Hobble away. No, Mr. Alligator, why? You didn't have to do this. It's a crocolisk, I know, but... In the heat of the moment, I panicked and called an alligator, okay? Maybe that's why it ate me. It knew. It knew I thought it was an alligator, so it felt obligated to eat me. It wanted to take a chunk. Like, I know I look delicious, but come on. I am nutritious, though. That much is true. Can't fault him on that front. I am extremely nutritious. Okay. Keep running forward and accept. And crawl as far over here as possible, hoping that that crocolisk over there won't notice me. No. No, crocolisk, please. It doesn't have to be like this. You didn't have to eat me. There seem to be more crocolisks on the road than there were before. Oh, hey. Cool. Return me. Wait, I need to plan out my route out of here because I don't want to go out the front way because there's high-level murlocs that way. They're probably low-level chumps if you're actually at the right level to be in the city, but to me, they're an insurmountable obstacle. So I gotta swim. But hey, at least I made it far enough before I got eaten that time that it switched my respawn point. So I made it across with minimal deaths. Only, what, 4? That's not too bad. It's not great, but it's not too bad. It could have been worse. Okay, let's keep on going. Onward we go. To glory. Or at least to the destruction of everything you love and care about. Yeah, that. After all, what else would I care about, right? Anyway, let's grab the flight. Excuse me. Let's grab the flight path. And then go wait for the boat. I wait for the boat. I wait for the boat. It's gonna be my life, is waiting for this boat. Oh, hey, there's the boat. At least I don't have to wait too long, right? Okay. Waiting for a boat. Waiting for a boat. Here's the But that dude's level 59 and has a mount, and I'm jealous. Then again, I also had a character of similar level with a mount, but I deleted them. Because I'm insane. Sometimes I question my sanity with all the nonsense I'm doing, but, you know, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do, you know? That's just how life is sometimes. Okay, now we wait. Okay. Onward we go. Also, I'll probably make a tweet about it sometime in the next couple of days, once I think of a more clever way to word this. But as each day goes on and people get increasingly antsy about the whole being stuck inside thing, I realize more and more that I really, really am an introvert. Because more and more people are like, this is terrible being stuck inside. We need to go outside. And I'm like, I don't know. This still feels pretty normal to me, to be honest. And, you know, it's then that I realized, oh, I guess I am inside that much, huh? Like, it's like, I generally only went out when I need to. The casual moment when you realize that you actually are a shut-in. It's like, I only went out when I needed to, and the only other time I ever went out was to hang out with my friend Jason, or someone else, one of our other friends from the CWU computer science department. Like, that was really it. Like, and you know, it's when you put it like that I'm like, oh, I guess I did kind of literally stay inside all the time and only really go to class and work. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a shut-in. It's a hard realization. I'm not like a shut-in in that I can't go outside, but I am a shut-in in that I don't unless I need to for some reason. Like, unless I have a reason to, I'll stay inside all the time. I go out to obtain necessary things in the first place. Like, that's the only reason I leave. I left my apartment anyway. Yeah, it's one of those realizations that you can have, and it just feels awkward to realize you're like, oh, okay. That's something about me that is apparently true. It is apparently true. Who knew? I wait for the boat to cause me to burp. Also, this has been a weekend of amazing decisions, and by that I mean I was up when the sun rose this morning, and I rolled out of bed at 12:55 because I had to stream. Uh, so far I don't regret anything per se. I know I'm going to on Monday when I have to be up for a 9 a.m. class, but right now I don't regret anything. You know? The regret comes later. I'm not far enough into the situation to regret it yet. I have a really weirdly stuffy nose. Not sure what's up with that. But I haven't gone outside, so it's not COVID. Trying to think if I even left the house in the last 2 weeks. I don't think I have. Uh, like we got groceries delivered, so you know, no reason to leave. There's no reason to leave. Stay. I insist. But yeah, if you hear me making any noises like that, it's because I have a stuffy nose. I suspect it's because I still haven't dusted my room since I came back home. So it's probably because of all the dust. Especially since my headboard tends to gather a bunch of dust on it. So I should really actually take the time to dust my room, but that'll happen when I'm less busy. That'll happen when I'm not so busy that the time to play NGU idle is a luxury. And like NGU idle does not, if you're playing suboptimally, does not take a whole lot of time to play. You know, it's a couple of minutes here and there, really. At least once you get past the beginning. Yeah, once I'm not playing suboptimally, because of lack of time, that's around when I'll consider that. Okay. Let's go over here and talk to the Hippogriff Master. Get that their flight path. Okay. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do if it's possible. I was deciding when I want when in this mess of things I have to do, I wanted to stop and level up fishing. And I think the answer is probably at level 20 is when I'll actually stop, make sure everyone's at fishing level 100, and then continue on. And then I'll do the same at I might do more than level 100. I should look up some information on that. Figure out what areas you have to be able to get to hit 300 on fishing. And then pick like a third of the way there, hit level 100. Two-thirds of the way there, hit level 200, and then do the last bit. Because, like, hitting level 100 on fishing isn't very hard. I could do it right now. Like, you can do it off the starting fishing areas, and my computer froze. Glad to know my computer's back. Whatever, so Steam did did a change to the way its library page loads, apparently. And it was causing me some serious problems. Like, my processor, or my GPU probably, just really didn't like it, so I turned it off. And like, I've got a fairly good computer. Like, it's not amazing because I didn't have that big of a budget when I got it, but it's not bad. So if it's lagging, that's pretty, you know. If it's lagging for a Steam library page, that's pretty non-optimized. Like that's pretty bad. No, you know what's really funny in this game is you can be an enchanter without having MP. I don't even have magic, but I can enchant things. But Mr. Rogue, how do you enchant things? With magic. But you don't have magic. Shut up. No one cares. I'll enchant things if I want to. I find little things like that funny. Where it's like they wanted everyone to be able to pick it, so they just let that happen. But then when you actually stop to logically think about it, what the heck? There we go. That was weird. But then when you actually stop to logically think about it, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Okay. I only have to make this run with one more character. Isn't that great? Also, today when I was logging into the server, it said it was locked, and I'm honestly not sure what that means. I suspect it probably means that you can't make new characters on the server, but I'm not sure. I mean, it let me on the server just fine. Like, didn't even have to wait in a queue, so not sure what's up with that. Okay, onward we go. We're almost there. We've almost finished this long journey. And I really do mean long because that took like half an hour. So far, that's been the entire stream, was me walking here. I've yet to complete a single quest. But that's how WoW Classic is. You have to actually get around places. And it continues to be something that I'm both really happy exists and also really annoyed by at the same time. Because it does make the world feel more real, more interesting, and better. But man, I really just want to get from place A to place B sometimes. That's the trouble. Fast travel systems are very convenient, but they are they definitely reduce how real a world can feel. Okay. Let us continue on. Okay. Onward we doth go. The music in the forested areas in this always reminds me of like Final Fantasy music, you know? Like, reminds me of that. Like it's in the same style as a lot of the more peaceful Final Fantasy music.
Peace be with you. Farewell.
Okay, there's a Thistleboar slain. Are you proud of yourself, Borg? You helped me level up my throwing dagger. I mean, it's just throwing in this. It's not throwing dagger. They didn't bother separating different kinds of thrown weapons. I'm not sure they have any other thrown weapons other than daggers. I've never played a character to a high enough level that I actually cared about checking out what thrown weapons were available for. I'm not sure I want to know where that Nightsaber I just killed got the belt I took out of it. I don't think I want to know where I got that from. Okay, just got a bunch of Nightsabers to kill now. And then I'll officially have made it through 2 whole quests today so far. Really, really making progress on the thousands of quests I need to do. Conservatively. That's thousands conservatively, just to be clear. It's likely a much higher number than that. Let's see. How high is that number actually likely to be? Let's do some math here. I think there's... Before level 60, I think there's what, like 100 quests per faction or something? Something like that. With 100 quests per faction, the... see, the problem here is that I don't know how many factions there are. Off the top of my head. I mean, so there's 4 factions for Horde and 4 for Alliance, and I don't think you can do quests for any quests for the other side's factions. Pretty sure you cannot, at least.
May the stars.
Okay. I'm gonna equip these gloves because they're full durability, and the ones I have are not. And other than that, they're the same quality. Anyway, let me make sure to to take all these quests, handle my inventory by using the magic of selling things, and then we will continue to do things. Okay. So many things to do. So little time. Okay. Oh, let me go handle my inventory real fast. Okay. Go talk to this bowyer and sell all my junk items. Otherwise known as pretty much all of my items. There we go. And repair all my stuff. And I'm poor again. But hey, that's just how life is sometimes, you know? That's just how life is. Okay, let's keep going. Now I need to just kill a bunch of grells for their fell moths.
Not enough energy.
Okay. There's at least one more grell murdered. Okay, do that to level up my throwing a little bit more. Not even gonna bother using any skills, it's not worth the energy. Both of me pressing the button and of my character. Don't mind me just casually leveling up throne while fighting these guys.
I need to get closer. That ability isn't ready yet.
Okay. Throne's up to 28, so you know that's good. Soon it'll stop leveling up with every dagger I throw, at which point I will stop bothering for a while. Until I level up again and it becomes easy to level up. Because honestly, having a high level on Throne really just doesn't matter. Like, I'm just doing it because I want to watch my numbers go up.
Not ready yet.
Oh, yep, there it is. That is the point at which I need to throw more than one to level up, which means that it's the point at which it's no longer worth it for me to be doing that. Like, oh, you must be behind your target, and I'm like, what is this if not behind?
I don't have enough energy.
Okay. There we go. Got some more Felmos. And now I just stab another Grell-like thing to death. Like so. Easy peasy. Hello, other Grell-like thing. Would you like to be stabbed to death? You would? Okay, let me accommodate you. You know, I feel obligated to help him out, you know? It's my duty, really. Helping out my fellow living beings by helping them become non-living beings. Like, look, once I'm done with them, they won't die ever again. Technically true. Assuming that's a different one that respawns anyway. Aside from that small assumption, everything's great. Okay. Let's go north here and kill some more enemies. Hey ho, hi ho, let's go. On a journey we doth go to slay thistle boars. Much singing and merriment will be had during the slaying of thistle boars. Because no one likes thistle boars. I actually don't know if people like thistle boars or not, but you know. Makes my song better if no one likes thistle boars. So I doth declare that no one likes thistle boars. It's official now. No one can like them anymore. Doing so is now treason of the highest kind against the nation of Mar. And yes, you can definitely commit treason against a nation you're not a member of. Yeah. Why? Because I said so. Okay, there we go. Here's another one of these myrtleated. Okay. There's another one myrtleated. You know, myrtleating things is really it'll really keep you busy, you know?
Not enough energy.
I really should get weak auras set up so that way I can see when my energy tick is. But that's effort. Okay, finally got a venom sac. Had to kill 3 of them for it to slide into my inventory.
Good luck.
Yeah, I'll help this dude. I guess. Okay. Gosh darn it. Give me the loot.
I don't have enough energy.
I am annoyed with the noticeable lack of them giving me the loot I want.
Not
Uh,
enough.
you know, it's really noticeable how they're not giving me the loot I want.
I don't have enough.
Okay, there we go. I'll swing through here, kill all of these things. If you're wondering why I'm not actually getting all the webwood venom sacks right now, it's because there's a more efficient way to do this series of quests.
I can't carry anymore.
Oh, crap. And step 1 was not letting my inventory get full. So let me go sell all my junk. But the more efficient way to do this series of quests is to get the rest of the webwood venom during the next stage of a friend in need. Like that's the most efficient way.
Farewell.
Oh, Questy's still having that bug? How annoying. There we go. Okay.
Vishnu Dalbiek.
Empty the trash out of my inventory, otherwise known as everything.
Ashar Salah.
Okay. Back up to 2 silver in my inventory, which is good. Anyway, let's quickly go get the balance of nature done. There's the last thistlebore I need. Now I just have to slay a bunch of mangy night sabers.
I'm out of range.
What do you mean you're out of range? Like, standing directly behind the enemy. I don't know, I don't think I'm close enough to stab him in the back. How much closer do you want to be? Like, how much closer do you expect me to get you?
Can't do that yet. Not ready yet.
Okay, there we go. There's another couple enemies defeated. Okay. Now let's go turn in this quest and empty my inventory once more before I continue my journey onward. Okay. Maybe forgot to turn, but it's fine. Okay, turn in this quest.
Vishnu Allah.
That's actually a better belt than the one I have on, so
Go in.
I'll take that. There we go. I mean, it's only better by 1, but it is, in fact, better. So, you know. Worth.
Goddess. Bless
Okay.
you.
There we go.
Go in peace.
Inventory cleaned up a bit. Yeah, and this character doesn't know first aid. I should learn that at some point soon. Now that I'm no longer saving up money to learn how to use swords. The irony of me learning how to use swords when I did is that I'm actually not going to be able to use a sword until, like, for a couple more quests, just because I don't have a sword to use. Like, I do not even possess a sword. I have to wait until I complete a quest that gives me a sword. But there'll be one coming up soon. Okay, now get another mushroom. Now that I have another mushroom, it's time to do some shrooms. I mean, what? Don't do drugs, kids. Don't do drugs. Drugs bad. Of course, I'll be mildly horrified if I ever have any watchers who are kids. Because, well, like, I'm not a terrible influence. But, like, I'm not planning on being a super good influence when I'm in gaming mode. I'm still a good enough influence, because, like, fundamentally I am going to be a teacher and all. So, you know, there's certain parts of that that you just don't ever really turn off. You know what I mean? Like you're always that kind of person. But at the same time, the thought that then there would be a potential for one of my students to one day be one of my viewers, that just that's terrifying. No, thank you. Do not want. Very much do not want. Hard pass. Okay. Always more to do. Always more to do. I need the one more mushroom, but that's okay. Because I will make all your pain go away by ending you. I mean, I will end your suffering? Yeah, I will end your suffering. That's clearly what I meant. Anyway, let's just keep getting these moon petal lilies, yeah? Yeah. Okay, just got one more moon petal lily to grab, and then got to grab some webwood venom sacks, and a mushroom of some kind. Which apparently mushrooms still grow in this little area, because they're still listed on my map as potentially being over here. Also, this is the wrong way. I want to go north from here to kill spoders. I gotta kill more spoders. Like that's what I gotta be doing right now, killing spoders. There's a webwood venom sac. Have to remember to prioritize killing level 3 spoders because they don't give me XP, which means that I will then stay at a level where I get better reputation for assuming that any level 3 spoders spawn in. There's one over there. Like, I'm like, I should prioritize level 3 spiders. And the next 3 spiders I look at, all level 4. Well, okay then. Okay then, game. That's a level 4. That's a level 4. That's level 4. That's level 4. Okay then, game. Screw you two. I guess I'll kill some level 4 spoders. Okay. That's also a level 4 spoder. I just have to accept that killing level 4 spoders is just my life right now, I guess.
Not enough energy.
I am Spoderman. I hunt spoders. What if if one day that becomes our actual word for spiders. Like, not as like a joke, but like that's actually the word we use for them now. How weird would that make memes from our time? Language is weird, man. But words for things change over time. Well, of course, Spider-Man would have to become actually less popular for a while in order for the word to change. You know, when someone's that thoroughly branded on the word as it is right now, you're not gonna see it change very much. Yeah, that's right. That last hit was totally overkill, but it was worth it. Anyway, oh hey, there's the last mushroom I need. Cool. I can now go turn both these quests in. Probably level up off the second one, which is totally fine. And then I just have to go get the egg sack and come back, do some more walking, and then I'll be good on this character for today. And I will move on to my human warrior, whose name I've forgotten. Oh, so funny thing. So one of my friends, as a joke, back. So one of my friends named their character Reduces Armor as a joke, as a warrior, because Sunder is like their bread and butter, for a large portion of the game. So he named himself Reduces Armor, and while we were waiting for one of our friends to take enough time to play to keep up and level with us, we made side characters, and I made mine Lessons Armor, and I really wish I'd actually had enough time at the time to really go through with what my idea for that was. Because my original idea was that I would make, like, this would be a character that I would level over a considerable time. For the record, that's still my Horde Warrior's name, Lessons Armor. Anyway, so my plan was to level this character and always keep it just one level worse and slightly worse in equipment than my friends. So it's like I'm the knockoff. I'm the knockoff brand. You could get Reduces Armor, who's a great tank, or you could get Lessons Armor, who is the knockoff of Reduces Armor. But yeah, that didn't end up working out because I didn't end up having enough time to concurrently level 2 characters and keep up with them. Like, that just wasn't gonna happen. I was having a hard enough time keeping up on one character.
Hello.
Okay. Just my reward. No thank you. No thank you. That's worth more money though, so I'll take that, thanks. Okay, there we go. Up to level 9. Let's go get that webwood egg. Yeah, we're just gonna stealth through this whole section. Stealth is frustratingly slow. Screw it. It'll be fine. I just ran through with all my other characters, I can do the same. after all. They'll get tired of chasing after me in a second. So it's fine. Still hate the coloring right there. It makes it so hard to actually see in that tunnel. Okay, let's go. And watch my skill and swords just soar. There we go. Skill and swords already up to 19. Whee! Also, let me just actually get my skill and swords up. Like, that's actually kind of important. If I was fighting something that was actually high enough level to threaten me, that would have been bad. 25 will do for right now. That's at least that's at least a level 4 human with a sword, skill level. So, yeah. In case you're wondering how skill levels work, it's your maximum skill level is 5 times your level, and then humans get a +5 max level bonus on swords and maces. That's why if you're going to play a human rogue, you're better off using a sword, because it gives you more accuracy to use the sword. That's what it comes down to. It gives you more so weapon levels, if they're low enough, they give you a debuff to damage. But once they're high enough that they no longer give you that debuff, what they do is they contribute to your accuracy, and your crit chance. I believe is all they contribute to. But I say all, but those are two very nice things to have. You know, accuracy and crit chance are pretty nice. Like, as things go, you kind of want those to have lots of things in them. I think that's all they contribute to, though. But yeah, so my maximum level on swords is I'm level 8, so 40 plus 5, so 45.
How may I help?
Let's see. My current one is better. Which one of these is worth the most then? This is.
Del Nadres.
Anyway, let's go talk to Tenerin. Or Tenaran? Teneran. Unsure. Regardless, we're gonna go talk to him. Find out about what he needs us to do, which is to go get water from that spring over there. We'll go get water from that spring over there, climb this tree yet again, and turn in that quest, and then go down towards the inn of this area.
Greetings. Good luck, friend.
Okay. Okay, don't want to fall too far or I'll die. Because that is high enough up that you can die from falling from there. So, you know, gotta be ever so slightly careful. I'm taking the fun way. And then I fell into a root. Instead of landing on top of it. Unfortunate. But, you know, that kind of stuff's bound to happen when you take the fun way, but it doesn't mean you shouldn't take the fun way. It just means you should be better at life than I am. Life lessons. That's today's life lesson. Be better at life than me. By definition, once you've done that, you know all I have to teach you about life. That's it. End of list. You're now ready to go be a better person than me. Because by definition, you already are. Quest complete. Um, Speaking nonsense is surprisingly fun. Random nonsense, just, you'd be surprised how fun random nonsense can be. There are so many things I want to record me playing. Ugh, I don't have enough time. There's not enough time in the year for all the stuff I want to do. Like, could everyone else just stop doing anything for 3 months and let me catch up? Like, I mean, I guess we are all locked inside for 3 months, but people are still doing things. Can you all just stop for a bit? Like, just let me catch up. There's so much I want to be doing. And I keep hearing about more games that are coming out that I want to record, and I'm like, you're releasing things faster than I can record them. Stop, please. My channel is long form. Show mercy. But yeah, as it is, I honestly shouldn't be releasing 2 videos per day. I should only be releasing 1. Like, that's the better strategy. Releasing 2 videos per day isn't really good for your channel. But I want to be getting through more games, so here we are. Like, honestly, that's the main reason why, even if I go back and play more Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, it's almost certainly not going to make it on the channel, just because I have other things I want to record. I have so many other things I want to record. So, like, it doesn't make the cut to actually record it, just because I have so many other things I want to do. And, like, I'm pretty much, my channel's already booked through the end of, what, June? Because it's gonna be however long the Final Fantasy VII Remake takes. That's 1 slot. It sounds like it turned out to be a 40-hour RPG, so even if I'm doing half-hour episodes, that's still 80 episodes, which is almost 3 months. If I do it less than optimally, which, let's be honest, when am I ever optimal? We'll just assume 90 episodes, so a full 3 months. Which gets us into June already. You know, because that series started April 10th. And then, after Celeste finishes in a few days, Link's Awakening will start. And then, once Link's Awakening finishes, the Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition will have come out. And I have Xenoblade Chronicles. It's been sitting around waiting for me to actually get around to playing it. I've heard it's great. I played the first hour, loved it, but just I've never had the time to sit down and play it because it's such a long game. So that series will be taking up a slot for for a while. Because I'll probably try and 100% the game or something close to it, and that's a long game. That is a long game if you're trying to do everything. There's a lot of stuff in that game. I could be sitting there playing that game for weeks. Like that series will take months, conservatively. And then Dark Cloud 1 and Dark Cloud 2 are both 40 to 80 hour RPGs, depending on how fast you go through them and how much you know them. I know them pretty well, so I'll be doing them pretty darn efficiently, which means that I'll be going through them at the, as probably about as fast as one reasonably can. So, I'll be doing the best I can, but there's still like a limit there, right? I can only do so much. Anyway, so that's all for sword stab right now. Let's switch over to best warrior, who's actually not that great of a warrior, but man, he has the confidence, right? You know, they say confidence is what makes the man, so you know, he has been made. Okay, so I'd come here. Why was I here? Particularly where I was in the town. I don't remember. I have no clue why I was there. Um, okay, let's abandon all these quests. Still no idea why I was over here. Oh, I bet I know what it was. I was learning all of, I bet that if I go in here... Yeah, I bet I was over there learning blacksmithing. That's probably what it was. Or something. I don't know. Oh, no, I was seeing if there was anywhere I could fish. That's why I was over there. So I was checking if that pool was big enough for me to fish in. It wasn't. But I was seeing if there's anywhere for me to fish in town like there is in, Thunder, whatever. The name is, just completely escaping me. Wow. Anyway, but like there is in Mulgor's capital. Okay. Let's do some things. Oh hey, that is set to show all quests below range. Huh. Okay, so this character already did those quests down there. So this character's just at the point where I have to go all the way over here. Okay, cool. Let's get going then. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. That is the wrong way. I'm just gonna reload Questy to make sure that, yeah, I have in fact done everything down in Coldridge Valley. So I just need to get all the way over to Darnassus and do its entry area quests. It's a long walk, but I'll get there eventually. Then I have to decide what area, so soon I'm going to have to decide what area I'm doing after they've all done their starting areas. Or they've all done all the starting areas. Because there's a fair number of places that I could go from there. Like there's Sentinel Hill. So I could go over here to the Golden Plains. I could also go this way to Lochmadon, but I don't know if there's anything else out this way that's the right level. Part of it's that I just don't know the Alliance areas as well as I know the Horde areas at this point. And then there's Darkshore, which will be my level then, and I have to decide which area I want to do. Uh, and I am not sure. But I'll figure it out eventually. Hey, the nice thing about this character having already done this is that I might be able to legitimately finish stage 1 of all of my goals. So stage 1 is having done the entry area, so up to the first inn of every starting area. Then stage 2 is having completed all of the starting area, so like all of these quests. And then stage 3 is starting to go synchronized with every character through every area, starting with some other area. But yeah, so I'll be getting there. Okay, let's keep on walking. Why do I have fishing on my bar? like, why is that there? Why did I not remove that once I discovered there were no fishing goals in that vicinity? Okay, onward we go. Hey ho, hi ho, let's go. Life is hard, man. I'm sitting here and I'm streaming right now, and you know, I have a report due on Tuesday that I am so not prepared for. Uh, Ridiculously not prepared for. Like, I'm probably screwed. Um, yeah, that'll be fun. But hey, it's fine. I'll be fine. I'll figure something out. I've never been one to let my failures hold me down, no matter how severe they are. So, like, I really wish I had hamstring, but they'd probably resist it anyway. Okay. The nice thing is that, like, my alliance characters are getting pretty close to caught up with my horde characters now, which means that probably starting next week I'll actually start playing as all of my characters again, which would be really nice. I'll also probably spend a little bit of time making sure that all of my characters have their professions. Particularly important to have their profession is my hunter, who's going to be my skinner, because they should be leveling it up as they go along. Like, that's the best way to do that. And just, I need to make sure all my gatherers have their profession. In case you're wondering, the reason I say it as profession instead of professions is because they all have engineering. Because it's extra DPS for raids, so you should pretty much always have it. Yeah. So all of my characters are gonna have that. Like, that's not optional. But yeah. Onward we go. Onward we go to glory today. Life is hard, you know? I have a dream that one day people will find my dumb sense of humor funny enough that I have a lot of viewers. I don't actually know if I want that or not. Like that's the funny thing. Like I'm sitting here, I'm doing this, I'm spending all this time on this and like do I really care? I don't know, man. I thought it'd be funny to do. Like fundamentally that's why I did this because I thought it'd be funny. So like that's where I'm at. Like that's why I'm doing this. Is purely just cuz I thought it'd be funny to do. And you know, I realized that and then I'm like, "Huh, I'm not sure how that'll work out for me in the long run, you know? Like, in the long run, that might be what, like, I don't know, might be problematic. Definitely lowers the chances of this being successful over time. Okay, we keep on walking. That man's cheating. He has a mount, he's only level 30. Uh, NPCs cheat by getting mounts early. It's really, really rude of them. I'm not really sure what to talk about at the moment. Life's good, aside from my ridiculous busyness. I'm doing a lot better than a lot of people are right now, so I don't really have anything uh, to complain about or anything. Life is pretty sweet right now for me. Uh, Maybe not pretty sweet, but at least it's not bad. Like like on a scale of 1 to 10, my life's about a 7 right now, and that's pretty good. Like as things go, that's pretty solid. Like it's not amazing and it could be better, but it's good enough. Uh you know, it's perfectly acceptable at where it is. I just leveled up from discovering an area, and that just feels wrong. Like, feels like I shouldn't have leveled up like that. But whatever. Oh no, that's dangerous. I can see the end of my rested XP. Ew, ew, oh god. That's terrible. Ew. The nice thing will be that, especially as I get higher level, like, that literally won't be a thing. I will not be able to see the end of my rested XP pretty much ever. Like, as I get higher level and am, bouncing between 16 characters, or rather, I might be able to see the end of my rested XP, but I'm never gonna reach it. It's just not gonna happen. Like, it's just not. There's no way that ever happens. It's just not possible for me to reach the end of my rested XP after a certain level. Unless I start doing insane things. But just because of the way I'm playing, like, because I'm doing so many quests that are gray or just barely green to me, like, just because of that, I'm almost never going to be getting enough XP from killing enemies to use all of my rested XP, which is fine. It just means I get double XP from pretty much every enemy I kill that's actually in my EXP range. Those starting areas will be the last place I ever I ever even risk emptying my rested XP. I walk a lonely road. Have to stop there because copyright, but you know. Yeah, I can only make the pop culture reference. Can't keep going. The worst part about... Oh, well, just kill me, Mr. Spider. Just end me. Finish it. This is just sad, Mr. Spider. This is just sad. There you go. It took you long enough. Turn me to life. Accept, accept. And keep on walking. Okay. Let's go. But yeah, I think the worst part about me having so little free time the last couple of weeks is little free time aside from doing this is I've had to put a lot of my other hobbies on hold. Like, I haven't drawn anything in a while. I haven't even touched any of my music files. It's really unfortunate because I kind of wanted to get enough of one of my songs touched up that I could put it at the end of my YouTube videos as an outro, but that hasn't happened yet. Not sure it will. Not sure if I should have some kind of intro on my YouTube channel. I don't know. Maybe. Right now it's not going to happen, but it might happen one day. Anyway, now I'm entering combat apparently. Crocolisk, no. Crocolisk, no, please. Crocolisk. There's no need to be like that. Show mercy. Hey, it actually showed mercy. I didn't expect that. That was surprising. I expected it to mercilessly murder me. Oh god, no. Not again. No, there's another one! Run! Go, my two little legs. Take me forward. Okay, cool. I got far enough that it respawned me in Paradigm Bay. Accept, accept. Yeah, some of my stuff is close to breaking, because of course it is. I've used a ridiculous amount. Okay. Go over here. All is well. Everything's good. Made it in minimal-ish deaths. I mean, 2 is probably the least number of deaths you're going to make this run with, right? Right. And I got all the flight paths I needed. Okay. Let's go. Okay. All is well. Everything's good. Life is great. My idle game's even going well. Like, everything is great. Okay. No, boat. No, boat, please. Aww. That's unfortunate. Well, I guess I just gotta wait. Gotta wait, 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 wait. Wait, 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 wait. I'll manage some stuff on NGU idle while I wait. Okay. We'll get there eventually. Where will we get eventually? Good question. I have no idea. I was just saying words, to be honest. I do that sometimes. Just kind of say words, hope that they make sense in some context. Uh, you know, I don't even have a particular context picked out for them. I'm just hoping that there's a context out there in which they make sense. You know, that's about all I got. Okay. I wait long time. I wait very long time. I guess this is the closest point to, SM Library and Cathedral, huh? Because that would be... I mean, it's not the closest point, but it's the closest, point that is... Because the wetlands isn't contested. Oh, is the wetlands contested? It is contested. But, yeah, because what they're recruiting for is the dungeon that's up here. This area. Scarlet Monastery. There's the boat. The boat will be here soon. One day. One day the boat will get here. It's coming. The boat is on its way. It is on its way. It'll get here soon. And here we are. Here's the boat. Let's get on. Okay. We be on the boat. Now we gotta wait and get stuck on corners. Okay, here we go. Now we're officially stuck in place. Can't move forward anymore. It will not let us. It's a real shame to be in this situation, but you know, that happens. Do 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 do. I don't know if that's from anything. I'm not sure. Sometimes I hum like that and I'm like, did I make that up or is that from something? I'm honestly, I'm not sure which it is. We go onward to the shore. I take another step forward to murder you. I mean, what? I didn't say that. No one heard that. That was supposed to be a secret. Um, yeah, I definitely hope that none of my future students watch this. Uh, or at least I hope that if any of my students, my future students do watch it, it's by the time I'm teaching at like the college level. So, you know, it doesn't really matter anymore. I'll just be the cool teacher who streams instead of it being like, yeah, one of my teachers had a stream where he joked about murder. Yeah, high school student says that, it kind of looks bad. Like, it's not like a fireable offense, but it's definitely you know, don't, you know, thin ice kind of thing. Gotta be careful not to cause any mishaps. But it's okay, I only joke about murdering people. Now, there's a debate to be had about whether joking about murdering people is actually okay, but shh. Don't think about it too much. Whoops, did not mean to do that. Meant to left click and look over. I would have been annoyed with myself if I'd fallen in. Would have been real unfortunate. Okay. Waiting for a boat. Waiting for a boat. And we wait for the boat. And we wait for the boat. And we wait for the boat. The boat's not here yet. Yo, Sentinel, when the boat coming? No, tell me. When is the boat coming?
What brings you here? How may I help?
Sentinel, tell me when the boat is coming.
Weren't you leaving?
Fine, you don't know. All you had to say was that you don't know. Like, come on. You don't have to give me the silent treatment. You could just say you don't know.
Have you nothing better to do?
That's just great timing on that voice line, right? Like, of all the voice lines that could have come out right there.
Ishnu Allah, I am honored. Hello, Ishnu Allah, how may I help? Weren't you leaving? Have you nothing better to do? You won't like me when I'm angry. Enough already. I am honored. What brings you here?
I didn't realize that that's how that worked. That like the more you talk to them, the more annoyed they sound. I didn't realize that. Wonder if that's truly as consistent as it looked right there. now we wait on the boat while I play NGU Idle. I'm just casually fighting a boss in NGU Idle while I wait for the boat to get where it's going. Don't mind me. I make great life decisions. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Not even me. I'm a terrible let's see. I'm a terrible source on how good or bad my life decisions may or may not be. This is kind of bad. Okay, I've got to at least get off the ship so I don't get carried away with it. And then get back to that boss fight and then NGU Idle. Everything is fine. I don't have a problem, you have a problem. If I get this boss a little more wounded, I should be able to idle it to the end. There, that should be fine now. Okay. I'll check on it in a second to make sure I'm not dying, which it kind of looks like I am. But it's probably fine. Yeah, it's looking like I'll be fine. Yeah, I made it. All is well. Anyway. Let's keep on going. Going to try and finish the starting area on this character today, so that way I'm able to finally continue. See, like, there's a rogue who's an enchanter. How do you enchant things? You don't know magic. Why can you use enchanting magic, but you don't even have MP? Whatever. Yeah, got stuck on a lamppost. I was not prepared for the reality of getting stuck on a lamppost. Also, may I just point out that my warrior has you know, one of the worst lucks of all of my characters, because my warrior is is so far the only one who hasn't lucked into picking up a bag. Like, all these entry area enemies have a small chance of dropping a 6-slot bag. And best warrior here has still yet to find any. But hey, that's okay. Everything's fine here. Nothing wrong. He'll be fine. Okay, gotta keep on walking. Walking is honestly really annoying. The amount of walking I have to do in this game. It's just so saddening. Just gotta keep on going to the end of time until we all die. I mean, what? All my songs are so depressing. Like, whenever I start making up lyrics on the spot, it's always so depressing. Like, I really gotta think of happier songs, you know? Like, I'm starting to worry. I mean, I'm fine. I'm fine. This is fine. Everything is fine. Why would anything not be fine? Fine. All fine. All good. Everything good. Nothing bad. Bad is an imagination. Okay, let's keep on going. Oh, by the way, since I'm pretty sure I forgot to say it when I first noticed it, thanks Forsaken Sniper for hosting me. You're the best. Because I'm pretty sure I forgot to say it. When he started hosting me. Whoops. Anyway, let's keep on going. Let's see. I suppose with the next hour I could tell funny D&D stories. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay, so story time. So back when I was new to this whole Dungeons and Dragons thing, I gave my group a lich riding an undead some kind of draconic thing. I forget whether it was a undead drake or just a really weak undead dragon. Because they were relatively low level at the time. That was back before I got a feel for like, oh, you shouldn't make a level 5 version of this enemy. Despite how fun that sounds. But anyway, so what happened was they were like, okay, DM, leave the room so we can strategize right after rolling initiative. And I was like, okay, sure. So I come back in, and they start making completely nonsensical moves. Like, they're blowing phase steps and things. And I was so confused about what they were doing. Until one of them got on top of the Drake and declared victory. They were competing to see who could get onto the top of the Drake the fastest. And you know, that just summarizes the kind of D&D group I had. Every time I gave them a direction to go in, they were like, but what if we didn't? What if we did something completely unrelated and nonsensical? Which, admittedly, is part of the fun of D&D. Like, I'm not saying this was a bad thing. I'm just saying that, like, man, I liked DMing for that group, but they made it hard. Which is both, like, a good and a bad thing. It meant that I got really a lot better at thinking on my feet as a DM. Of going, oh, well, okay, what is over there? Let's find out. Or what do I do to you guys now that you've completely ignored this combat? And the answer is TPK. I was just too nice to do it at the time, and they knew that. Which is an unfortunate situation to be in, overall. Okay, use the might of Battle Shout. Yeah, so like, there was one instance in which I 100% should have TPK'd them, but didn't. And that's, they were going to a meeting with a king. It was a relatively private audience, so probably only him and his personal guards. And they were like, we want to,
It's too far away.
we want to kill the king. And they were like level 8 at the time or something. And what I should have said was, well, okay. And then had them fight guards that were, at least Paragon tier. And would have just absolutely crushed them. Instead, I let them win. Because I was too nice to TPK them. And I really should have just TPK'd them. Like that was the right answer in that situation. Like, there was no logical reason for the guards of what. So it set up a big central empire, and that was the person they were meeting with. And I should have just had them die. You know?
I need to get closer.
Like, should have just let them die. Instead, I was like, I don't want to TPK them. I should have just been like, okay, you're all dead. Roll new party. Like, what'd you think was gonna happen? Back to level 1 now. Yeah, that would have made more logical sense. It was definitely the better call. I was just a bit too green of a DM to be willing to be that. It felt mean to me, and really I should have just done that. Would have been better. And especially since, like, at that point, that group just pretty much, like, it collapsed. Because at that point, they just killed the big emperor, and, like, what do I even have them do at that point? Like,
I am honored.
there was no way I could write myself out of that after letting them do that. So I should have just not let them do it in the first place.
Then not.
So I ended up collapsing them into another D&D group I had, because it was the only real way around that problem I could think of. I don't think I actually ever phrased it to them in that way.
I assist you.
I think I phrased it to them as, I don't really have the time to run 2 D&D groups, but honestly, the bigger problem was just that I didn't know what to do with that group. Like, they were level 8, and I had just canonically written into the story that they were stronger than the strongest empire, and I really should have just let the empire crush them. It was a mistake to not do so. But yeah, it's sometimes you make mistakes like that as a DM. Especially as a new DM, when you're not sure, like, how you should handle when players do blatantly dumb things. Let's put it that way. When they're doing stuff that's, like, clearly they're just testing what you're going to do when they go off the rails. Like, that's their primary goal, is to test that. And I should have just let those characters just die. Although, if I had, we might not have gotten Zortians out of it. So, after this, I was like, well, I don't really know what to do right now, so I was talking with one of the other people, and I was like, I need more stuff in this world, because I just let you guys trample over the central thing that I had in the world, and that was really foolish of me. And so one of my friends, who was in the D&D group, wrote, as part of his character's backstory, this whole nation of Zortians who are effectively humans who could tap into Zortian force. And it became this whole thing, and he really liked writing them, so he wrote a whole bunch for them. And when I collapsed them into the... Whoops, did not mean to kill that deer. And when I collapsed them into the other D&D group, all of that moved with him. We just fitted into the other world. And that, I'm really glad existed. Zortians were awesome. They're really fun. They're definitely a purely homebrew thing, because if I'm being completely frank, they're really strong. The trade-off for being able to use Zortian Force is that you can't even sense magic. Like, as in, you can't even roll an Arcana check. I mean, you can, but the result will always be counted as 0. And the only way to get around that is to have some kind of magical item that lets you roll it, but you're always going to be bad at it, even if you have an item that lets you roll in the first place. You're still going to get a bad result, you just won't get a 0, so you have a chance of maybe understanding what's going on. But yeah, so the way Zortian Force started was, so I was always big into allowing custom powers and things, because because it was interesting to me to write powers, and it made characters feel more unique if they had if they legitimately had things that only they could do. So what happened was, like 3 or 4 times in a row, my friend who was playing a fighter would be out of range of the enemies with no ranged option, so he would do an improvised ranged attack, which is one of the things that you can do in D&D 4th edition, which effectively just means he picked up a rock and threw it. And he crit 3 times. So then I gave him a magic bag of rocks. And then when we were looking at custom powers, and we were trying to figure out what custom powers made sense for characters, we were like, well, why doesn't your character develop some kind of, like, force ball based off of his physical strength that he can throw at people? And, like, he just kind of lobs it out of his sword kind of deal. And that eventually, as his character progressed, and as he wrote more about the Zortians, became Zortian Forcen was the baseline for how that worked. And now it's this whole, like, it's this whole big thing that we pretty much include any time that we're playing D&D. We just have Zortians as a baseline now, because they're interesting and fun. And since we do mainly homebrew stuff at this point anyway, it works out pretty well. Like, for our last D&D campaign, well, the one that we're currently doing, like, we each we gave each of the player characters a what we called the heroic path, or at least that's what I called it. I shouldn't speak for my friends. And it was effectively just the same kind of thing that a Paragon path is, but you get it at levels 1 through 10 instead of levels 11 through 20. And it was custom for each character. And that was a lot of fun. I really liked that. It was an expansion on the same setup I was doing, where I was giving powers out at lower levels. Yeah. like, as much as I kind of like D&D, I find it much more interesting to use it as a base system and then just homebrew things on top of it. Like, I find that more fun. I think it is more fun to do that. Like, it's definitely more interesting, and I think it just makes more sense because, like, ultimately D&D is about writing. Like, that's what you're doing. So it makes more sense to me to be homebrewing stuff. Like, take our current group, or our current world that we're doing for our campaign. It's a pretty much completely homebrewed plane where instead of solid ground, everything is made of floating islands and there's just this big darkness below. And I think it's a really interesting and cool world, and it wouldn't exist if we weren't, you know, constantly just homebrewing stuff. So I personally am like way a fan of homebrew. I think it's a better option than doing things other ways. I certainly find it more interesting than doing things other ways. My chair keeps creaking. Creakity creak creak. Yeah. Me too, chair. Me too. Okay, let's keep on going. I'm going to go sell my junk and turn in a quest, then go kill the remaining mangy night sabers and thistlebores, and then go collect some junk. Okay. There we go.
Go in peace.
Onward we doth go, now that we have done that. Anyway, but yeah, so we have floating islands. It's we did some logical consequences things, like what kind of technology would a society develop if floating islands was the norm, and the answer we came up with was, well, airships, obviously, because you need some way to travel between the islands. So our world has airships. And airship combat is a huge thing. Then, like, how you take out large flying things like dragons is also different, because you lure them above the, effectively, pit to the bottom of the world, which all they know is that people do in fact die at some point after falling into that pit. But that's all they know about it, because you can raise people after they've fallen into the pit, assuming that you can find a way to raise people without their body. Which we included in the world, because otherwise there's a little too much permadeath there. But we made it like really hard. Like, it's, you have to do this huge quest line, satisfy a bunch of conditions, and then you can raise someone who's fallen off the edge of the world. So effectively, unless you are a named important character, guaranteed permadeath if you fall off. Very unlikely that you'll be raised. And even if you're a named important character, decent chance of permadeath if you fall off the world like that. But so what you do with dragons in that world is you lure them over it, and then you and then they have effectively shackle kind of things, like ball and chain kind of shackles that they fire out at the dragons, and if they manage to, I did not mean to fight the next one of these. And if you manage to get it, then you're good. That it falls to its death. Um, yeah. I know one. So we trade off who's DMing each adventure, um, and one of us, one of my friends, is keeping track of everything that drops into the pit. So he's got some kind of plan for it. He's just casually keeping track of everything we drop down there. Like, oh, you dropped one of those down there? Okay. 14 left boots? Okay. And no, I'm not going to explain why we dropped 14 left boots into a pit. Just, it's one of the things that happened. I think the most funny recent thing that happened was, so there's a ritual that you can learn that allows you to turn the to turn what's in a box into any other currency. So you can turn copper into gold, gold into astral diamonds, whatever. If you have enough of it, you can just convert between currencies. You can go down too. And it is now a saying among our friend group to say 1 million copper coins. Such a waste of money. Because think about it, if it's in a small box, what happens when you go down in currency? Like if you fill a small box completely with gold or something like that, and then you effectively blow it up. Well, you don't blow it up because see the interesting thing about the ritual is that technically, from the wording of the ritual, we decided that the transfer doesn't happen technically until you try and open the box. So you've effectively got a coin bomb because you've turned a very small volume of coins into an absolutely ridiculous volume of coins. And yeah, so there was an exploding box. Like it did actual damage. Like it actively functioned as a bomb. Because like when you think about that logically, like assuming that a copper coin and a gold coin are roughly equivalent in weight, volume, and size and all that, and they probably are roughly equivalent. At the very least, there's probably not too huge of a difference between them. Then you have multiplied the volume and mass of what's in that box by, let's see, 100 silver to make a gold, 100 copper to make 100 copper to make a silver. So that's what you've multiplied it by 10,000. If you completely fill a space and then multiply the volume and mass in it by 10,000, you're gonna have some interesting effects when you open that box. Those coins are gonna be shot out with some serious force. We kind of, we made we said that the physics worked out in what we thought was the funniest way at the time, which is just that it's effectively like a coin bomb, because that was what was funniest to us at the time. Because at that point it's like, well, how would that work? It depends on exactly how the magic works. So DM decides how that works. Uh, DM decides the specifics of what happens with a coin bomb like that because it's not that's not a replicable thing. We can't multiply the mass and volume of something by 10,000 while it's in a box. That's that's not something that we are capable of doing. That doesn't have a real life equivalent. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. I greatly enjoyed. It was a whole lot of fun to do that, and I regret nothing about how that situation worked, except perhaps that one of the characters got mad that my character let that happen. Um, It was quite a mess to clean up. Damaged part of our ship. Uh, but we did discover that if you used enough gold, you could actually, particularly if you got your hands on some astral diamonds and used that to exchange to copper, uh, that might actually do some damage. Um, Although, of course, that's one of those kinds of things that's more likely to only be useful on lower level enemies, just because, you know, on higher level enemies, it's just likely to bounce off effectively. You know, if they're strong enough that no number of copper coins, no matter how fast they're going, would really phase them, then that's just how it be, right? Stab some more spiders. Gotta stab all the spoders today. Gotta stab all the spoders, yay. Why am I cheering for stabbing spoders? That's a good question. But honestly, I just like stabbing. I don't have a rhyme there. Crap. Honestly, I just like stabbing Bastion. True, but not relevant. Okay, I make with more stabbing. Lots more stabbing to do. Okay, there we go. And hey, another one immediately appeared. How nice of it. I love immediate respawns. Makes life so much easier, you know? Okay, come on, let's get 3 more venom sacks, please. I would appreciate more venom. I need more venom. Give me the venom. Give me the venom so I may end you with, give me the venom so I may do great things with it.
Not enough rage. Need more rage.
Okay. Come on. My luck is terrible. Jeez. Give me some venom drops. There we go.
Not ready yet.
Okay, now give me another venom drop, please. Okay, there's 9 out of 10. Now I just need one more. Oh, there's a respawn spider. like just looking around like, spoders, where are you? Like, success, I have exterminated them.
Not enough rage.
Okay. Gosh darn it. Come here, Spoder. There is no living, there is only death.
Need more rage.
There we go. Gosh darn it. Okay, come here, Spoder.
I'm out of range.
Yeah, stop complaining about being out of range and just get in range to kill the Spoder. There we go. Got all of those I needed. I just need a couple more mushrooms now. I can get those on the way back.
I can't attack that target.
Yeah, I can't attack the dead. Got too much respect for them, whatever. Yeah, battle shout fades, because of course it does. Come on, mushrooms, where are you? Mushrooms. Ah, there's one. Do 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 do. Okay, go grab another mushroom. Here we go. Okay. There we go. Let's turn in these 2 quests and empty my inventory, and then go do the last
I
2
am
quests in
honored.
the spider area.
Good luck, friend.
Got more quests to do.
Peace be
Got
with
more
you.
quests to do. Got more quests to do. How about you? Okay.
Illusions of
Singing aside, let's continue on. Onward we doth go, and I still wish I'd gotten more sleep. Onward we doth go today. This is a faster attack speed. That's better for me.
Farewell.
So it is a slightly better sword for me. Because faster attack speed generates more rage. And rage is what I need. I am angry boy. Need more rage. I am angry boy, but not angry enough boy. Need more rage. More rage is a true necessity in this life of mine. Gotta be angrier. If I was only angrier, I could defeat all of these enemies easily. I just have to channel my anger constructively. Hey there, buddy. How's it going? Here's your antidote. Hey, that's better than what I have on.
Till next we
I'll
meet.
take it. Equip. Okay, let's go. Got lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of stuff to do. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of stuff to do. Got more jumps to get. More stuff to do. Whoops. Okay, so I've only got 2 spiders following me. This is fine. Like, look how little damage they do. I'm fine. Everything's fine. See? Everything was fine. Just gotta get this guy out of my way. Okay. There we go. Here we go. And then back out we doth go.
I can't do that.
Totally just use that enemy as a leapfrog so that way I can continue forward. The unfortunate thing is that I don't yet have hamstring, which is how you're actually supposed to, like, that's how you do that more efficiently. You dash forward, hamstring them, and keep running. Because then you get out of combat faster and there's less chance of them dazing you. Because they're in combat with you for less time overall. But hey, just got a couple more quests to do and then I'm done with all these quests on this character. It's gonna be great. I'm almost there. I'm making good progress. Okay. Let's keep on going. Do 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 do. Okay. Gotta go talk to this guy.
Hello.
Same as my current shield. That's also what's worth the most here, and these other things aren't worth grabbing for me, so... Oh, right. Have to actually accept the next quest. Right. Gotta do that. Look at these reputation numbers. Aren't they beautiful? I'm gonna keep doing quests until I'm revered by everyone. Yeah, that's right. They'll all see how awesome I am. Okay. Let's go. Okay.
I am honored. Go in peace.
There we go. Now. Missing that jump is death, but I believe in myself. All is well. I've only died on that jump, like, twice. So, you know. How nice of you to actually work, Questy. Okay, gotta go turn this in now. Then I just gotta take that quest and then go talk to some people down there, and then we're good. And that's everything. We will be done. Like, that'll be it for all the initial starting areas up to the first inn in each area. We will be completely done with everything there. Wow, feels kind of weird to be honest. But, hey, we're just about there. Got another 14 minutes left on this stream. Might end a couple minutes early, we'll see. I actually have viewers today though, so I feel like I probably shouldn't end early. You know, don't want to let my viewers down. Gotta keep them entertained, you know? Gotta make them viewers happy. Although there are 2 YouTube videos of me that just went up today, so it's not like they don't have other things to watch. A lot of my things just crashed. Yeah, like Twitch, for instance, and OBS, which is what I used to record. So, give me a second while I do my best to get everything back up and running again. I have to close Twitch entirely, and then reopen it. Okay, cool. Okay, clean. Now that we've gotten that back up. Uh, that was annoying. Yeah. Gotta love when your stream crashes.
What brings
Yeah, not sure what happened there. Like, just everything that uses my graphics card except for World of Warcraft just crashed out. So not sure what was up with that. And even World of Warcraft is experiencing some graphical glitches. Like, it wasn't showing my icon until I clicked on it again. Yeah, not sure what happened there. I really hope that nothing on my computer is wearing down. I really don't want to have to get a new graphics card and have to install it. That sounds like a really annoying thing to have to do right now, and I really don't want to do it.
peace be with you?
But you know, I will if I have to. I just would really rather not. Uh, you know, it's one of those. I mean, if I absolutely had to, I could. I just really, really, really don't want to. Like, I just really don't want to have to do that. I've officially closed absolutely everything extra, including NGU idle. I'll live with offline progress for the next 10 minutes. But yeah. Yeah, it's, that was weird. I'm glad it came back up quickly. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Okay, gonna go turn in these quests. And then after I turn these quests, I'm going to do some digging and see if I can figure out what the heck that was that just crashed everything on my computer. Cause, you know, I'd rather not have that happen again.
Ishnuala. May the stars
Okay, there we go. There's another quest done. Come on, get up there. There we go. Okay, then go over here
I
to
am
Mr.
honored.
Innkeeper. Turn in this quest, take the cheese,
Stars guide you.
and that is all for today. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.